and ain't no one in life holding me back no more.
Fuck you, especially PJ.
I messed that all up. It's kind of hard to do everything on your phone, but I always kind of do it that way. So I should be used to it by now, but I'm not. What's everybody up to today? How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hi, Retha Bell. Is that how I say that? Found you live. Hello. Wow. I just decided I was going to go live, and here you guys are. Fancy to find y'all here. It's good to see you guys. I still haven't gotten a stand for my phone in the car, so I'm still holding it. I look kind of silly. Hey, Tuck Ray, good to see you. It's so good to see you guys. I need to rant. Sometimes I just feel like a rant. Sometimes I don't, which is why you don't see me often, because a lot of times I don't feel like it, if that makes sense. Who was there for Turtle Island last night? Raise your hand. I mean, put a 1 in the chat. Man, utter chaos. Utter chaos. And everybody's like, oh, I feel so bad for PJ. This must be so hard. I don't see how you keep up with it. I don't get it. I'm not following along. I'm literally like, that was my creation. Like, I made that chaos. Lady Linda Green Eyes, good to see you. Hey, Motto Mom, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. You guys are awesome. I was thinking, I haven't been live in a minute. I'm gonna go live. Nobody's gonna know about it. I'm gonna be sitting here talking to myself, and it's gonna be like 5 people. But yet, here you guys are. I appreciate you guys so much. Because like I said, when I feel like a rant, I need to rant. It's like therapeutic. But I also kind of wanted to talk about some true crime too, and then I really wanted to recap Turtle Island because, man, at one point I'm like, because I'm in my room and I'm taking notes of everything and I'm counting votes and as they're coming in, and I'm like biting my nail thinking, oh shit, I think Bombshell is really actually gonna go home. So I'm sitting there like freaking out thinking like, man, that's gonna be a power move for whoever had her put the curse on the card that the person got, where you could add a curse to her kick votes and have all of her kick votes be added up as 2 points. So basically what happened, let me start over. I'm not very good at telling stories, and I usually have notes for this reason. But what happened last night, it was Bombshell that had gotten the egg card. Well, no, somebody purchased an egg. They got a card in the egg that said, put a curse on any player that you choose. And what that entails is that they will get 2 points anytime somebody calls to kick, or anytime they receive points to kick. And so somebody, Mono Mom, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. You guys, if you got a gifted membership from Mono Mom, please tell her thank you. I appreciate that so much. I was on the edge of my seat all night. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. So somebody got the card, purchased the egg, they pulled the card, and so they chose to put the curse on the Bombshell. And so from that point on, Bombshell had all the votes to kick as 2 points. So instead of everybody calling in, or instead of everybody using their votes to kick as 1, it was 2 when it went to Bombshell. So at one point, it was like 25 votes somebody got in another egg after that, and they chose to give it to Bombshell. And I'm like, oh, that's 50 right there. That's 50 votes to kick with one person's egg, right? So I'm sitting there like, oh dear God, like this is not looking good. I'm biting my nails. I'm like freaking out, thinking like, oh, this is not good. Hunters had just gotten added back onto the island, and then Terry Lynn was still a high competitor, and Terry Lynn was in the chat. See, this is another thing I want to address. Okay, I want to address Turtle Island because I see a lot of people complaining. And usually it's when their person doesn't get the status that they're looking for, or when their person gets kicked, or when their person gets dealt a bad hand or a bad card. Like, for example, what happened to Bombshell last night. Typically, when something bad like that happens and they get a bad card, a lot of their followers get upset, and that's rightfully so. I mean, I think that's human nature. I think all of us do that as humans. But a lot of people take a lot of their issue with, let's say, Bombshell, for example. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, if we want all of these other people to win, hey, Granny, hey, Dawn Michelle, good to see you. Hey, Kathy Blanks, sorry I said your whole name. Hey, Sage, all of you guys coming in, I appreciate you guys so much. Cats, Hodge Pottery, are you the cats that was on Bombshell's Rumble last night? Because I really, 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 really liked that input of whoever that was. That was a really great, rational, calm toned advice stream portion of that. I just went way out there. Can we see a missing person, shitty parent edition on Turtle Island? Ooh, that's a good idea. But see, the only problem with that is you have to be able to interact with the people that are participating somewhat, and then you have to be able to get. It's hard to explain. Turtle Island is really hard. I've tried to come up with different ways to spice up the game, different types of cards and different things to add to it. And when you have to be present to participate, and then you have to be in the chat typing out certain things, and I need them like right away. Like when you get the kick a player card instantly within one of the eggs, I need to know who that is, like right then and there. And a lot of times the chat is a little slowed, because if we have trolls, I always put it on like a 15-second slow mode. And then sometimes, you know, the person steps away, or he didn't pull their egg card for like 5 minutes, and they had bought the egg 5 minutes ago, and they went to the bathroom, and then they forgot their stream was live, and you know, that kind of thing. So it's really hard to incorporate certain things into the game when you have to have such stipulations to it. Like it has to be able to fit in. And so the stuff that I've added. So, well, anyways, last night Bombshell gets this curse card. She's getting 2 kicks for every time somebody votes to kick her. And it's like, Lord Jesus. And then all of a sudden, it's like all the eggs are bought. So once that happens, I've only made 40 eggs total. There's only but so much you can put into the cards. Like you could say, you know, a handful of things, and that's it. Because you can't really do much if the person can't participate in it and the person can't respond when I need them to. And so, yeah, me too. That's my problem in life. I get bored very easily. But so once the eggs run out, we typically have to reshuffle them and put them back into the thing, and it starts over. I should have known that Bombshell's following, members, fans, club, friends, I don't know what to call them. I don't know if they have a specific name to go by. Thank you, Dawn Michelle. No, I just do tally mark. I'll show you. You know what? Hold on. Let me put you guys on pause for a second, and I'll pull out my notebook. Just a second. Okay, but I don't have a calculator. I actually use tally marks, which is why it kind of takes a little bit longer there at the end when he was like, oh, PJ has to count the votes. I'm literally counting tally marks next to the person's name. Like here, I'm gonna show you. Let's see. So, for example, hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Now, I actually have notebooks like this and write stuff down all of the time. It's hard to see. I need to get a stand for my phone so I could hold stuff up and show you guys. But anyways, you get the point. I use tally marks. But once the eggs were reset, it was a free for all. We went right back to the beginning, and basically anybody, I'm just going to keep this off so that I could eat possibly a little bit, but basically anybody, um we start over, and then anybody can have a chance to get all the cards over again, like the instant kick a player, the instantly save a player, which is what I mean, it's possible. Now that you say that, it's kind of secretly possible. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you if it's true or not, but it could be. It could be the case. But and then it gets really frustrating. And oh God, Dolly is so cute. He listens to me when I bitch about it, because afterwards, sometimes I get so flustered, I um take it out a little bit on him and get frustrated because he doesn't see my comment, or he doesn't see my stop signs, and I've put in stop signs for like 5 minutes straight, and it's like he doesn't see them. And so then I'm like, how am I supposed to play a game with you, and you're not looking for the comments? And so you could tell that he takes what I say to heart, because last night he's like, God bless PJ, she's got to make sure she counts everybody and gets everybody's responses to all the eggs. It's cute. I know I'm biased and I'm gushing a little bit, but ultimately it's fun. Like, I kind of created this chaos. He created the game and he created all of it overall, but the whole egg part of it and the little bits and pieces of what I've added is like my true inner chaos. And I don't know if it's just like a part of my personality that I have where I enjoy chaos, but I mean, I truly enjoy chaos. I think maybe that's why I love DMS. Um, and what's weird about it, now that I said that, is that I literally have anxiety if I know that I have to go to like an event, like if I have an office meeting. I'm like freaking out because I don't like sitting in a space where I'm enclosed and there's a lot of people. So I start worrying about going. I start getting anxiety. I start not wanting to go. And my anxiety thing is always like I get hot. And so when I started EMS, people were like, the people that knew me were like, how on earth are you going to go save lives and, ride on an ambulance, lights and sirens, driving it? And I'm like, I don't know. At first I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I don't know. And so I actually freaking did amazing in it. And I'm like, how is that possible? It's because I don't have time to think about the what if, and maybe this or maybe that, or what if I'm the patient today, It's like, anyways, again, I went way, way, way out there with that, but I really, really enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed the people. And what I was trying to start talking about, as far as Bomb Nation and her crew, if your person that you're looking to keep on the island um, is not Bomb Nation and bomb.com and bomb always wins and whatever else they say, um, it would help to have another creator to add that also participates. Like, she shows up, man. It's like, I've never seen someone so lucky and determined, and her following is absolutely ride or die. Like, man, if we had 2 or 3 creators that were like that playing in the game, the entire game would be amazing. It's like, I just can't. I can't, because that would just be so much fun, because then you would have all the participation we have now and the competition and the back and forth, um, but on a greater scale, because it would be several different groups of people all kind of participating. I was actually really excited. I saw Terry Lynn, even though I believe some of their audiences are combined, or they share audiences a little bit. But I was excited to see her there, because I'm like, okay, great. Now Terry Lynn's in and she's going to tell her people and they're all going to come over. It's the purpose of the game is to have fun and to get out of the tragedy stories of true crime, but it is also to network your channel. And if you notice on Turtle Island, every episode has the links to all the channels of all the people that are participating in the game, which either they're willingly participating or they're not. They've just been added. But it's done that way so that you could check out the new channels, and the channels get networking, especially if they show up. And so most of the Turtle Island people and the Dolly Vision fans or members that follow Dolly Vision know all about Turtle Island, and now most of them know all about Bombshell because she's been, sorry, that's so loud, she's been a contestant, a participant, um and we have a lot of fun. I hate that I see some comments still saying, she ruined it, she caused all the division. Well, you're always going to have division wherever there's a competition in play. So it's like, I don't want to be rude, or I don't want to sit there and, be the one to school these people sometimes, but it's like, I feel like I have to talk, like, explain it to some of you guys, because it's like, and I don't think it's you guys. I think it's, in general, the people that don't comprehend it. But you know, I looked up the Hunter site since so many are solid fans. Yeah, exactly. See, that's what the whole purpose of it is. You're supposed to get into it by checking out all the people that are participating, and maybe you might like them and you might like their channel, and um check them out sometimes, and then that channel gets promotion by being mentioned on Turtle Island all the time. So, hi Robin, good to see you. Lane Nessa. Oh girl. I got a progressive rep right here next to me. I don't want to dox, so we're gonna keep my camera off. But maybe when you start a new season, everyone that you include on the season, y'all could get a welcome a turtle letter, bring your followers, and come stay. See, that would be ideal, but see, this is what I was talking about when I started kind of ranting about Turtle Island, is that it's very hard to sometimes even communicate with the people that are on the island playing. Like, how do you suggest we would do that when it's like Vinnie Politan or Nancy Grace the one time, or I think I'm the one that first added Bailey Sarian, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that she's not got, I'm sure she's got a place you can send a fan letter to, but I doubt it's going to be something that where we can stay directly in touch. But always crying about something or another, girl. Yeah. I don't know who you're talking to, but that's all right. And you know, I have checked out every channel that is on. See, that's awesome. That's what the whole point of the game is. I love that. Um, so as far as drama, and I didn't realize I titled this the exact same thing I titled the last stream that I did at lunchtime. It's like every time that I feel like ranting or talking about anything on the internet, I'm like, let me talk about drama, true crime, and Turtle Island. It's like, how do how do I summarize my life? Those three things, right? So, I checked out some of the drama going on lately, and I just gotta say, if you acknowledge some stuff that is not yours, I how do I want to say this? I want to say this a little bit kid gloved, but at the same time, I don't, because I'm just one of those people. I will straight tell you how I feel or what I want to say, and sometimes it comes off wrong. But for me, let's just use me as the example. Um, I have some people that dissect things that I do and comment and make videos and make posts, and um, I don't really. It doesn't really bother me. At first, it did. And at first, I felt like I needed to respond to it. Um, I would share it with other people. I would ask my friends, is that really how I am? Or is this why people think this way of me? And over time, it's kind of just become something that is not even real life to me, because, like, let's just say so and so is live and they're talking about my live I'm doing right now, saying that I showed that I had a pink unicorn. That's just a stupid example, but you know what I mean. And for me, I'm over here knowing damn well I've never owned a pink unicorn, and so therefore I'm, they can say, I stole money to buy this pink unicorn and I have it and I showed it on my live stream, but nobody can show that I showed it. but they still say it. And I'm over here like minding my own business, not having a care in the world. And they're just repeating it. And then a couple of other people start saying it. To me, I could care less. I know that's a silly example. And I know that's not something that, would have any, it's not something that could change my life. Like, it's not something that's, involving the law. And so it might be a bad example because of what the stuff that's been said lately. It's kind of bad. It could be bad. But for me, ultimately, I kind of try to use this rule of thumb for my stuff and my stuff I hear or see relating to me is if I don't see it, does it really exist? So I don't look at it. And I just happen to be bored lately, which is why I feel like some of these people are doing what they're doing. It's like we're all bored. It's like we don't have a particular case that's very active right now. And so we just kind of all gather together and start looking for things to do out of boredom, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But ultimately, just don't even look. Like, I've had to tell my friends, hey, don't send me that. Or hey, don't even open that. Because once you open that live stream, you're creating a pattern, and the algorithm is going to start giving you that type of content, or they're going to get more views by you opening their live stream. And, it's not beneficial to anybody because there's people that just feel a certain way because they feel like it. And, I'm going to close out with this one. One of the cases I've looked at lately that I didn't know anything about is Sarah Boon. You guys, type a one in the chat if you know anything about the Sarah Boon trial coming up. She is a lady that's out of Florida somewhere. And I don't know why, but I feel like people that are crazy come from Florida. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's just hot and their brains are fried. Nothing against Florida. It's really pretty in a lot of places in Florida. But that lady is crazy. And this reminded me of the case, and I kind of want to tie it together with what we were just talking about, is because she seems like the type of person that would literally go around in circles with you and want to debate everything possible, like within the discussion. And I'm like thinking, this is kind of how a lot of the people that are covering drama type topics are. It's like you can explain to them the real um, explanation of something or the truthful statement to counter their statement, and they will still just, well, but this and then that, and no, I don't think this way, and I believe that this, and why didn't you do this? And it's like, some people perceive things so differently than I do that I just completely just tune out, because at what point is going back and forth productive? It's like I don't think like you, and therefore I don't really even have to keep this conversation going. Do you know what I mean? But that Sarah lady has written letters to the judge after she recently had her court appointed attorney definitely quit. Like, she had 8 of them, I think it was. And at what point do you start to sit there and think about your life and your life choices? Like, if I was Sarah Boone, I would be sitting there thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? This is my 8th court appointed attorney, and they've literally just basically quit. So at what point do you stop and think, like, hey, maybe it's me? I met Emily Flood. I don't know who that is. She's a mod for Reporting Live for my sofa. I watched Reporting Live for my sofa, and that's where I seen the latest on the case. I just watched that yesterday. I work with somebody like that. It's insufferable. Can't reason with people who exactly. And it's like, but at what point is the conversation not even necessary anymore? Like, you can think that way if you want to. That's your input. That's your opinion. I don't agree, and therefore at this point we can't be on the same page. But I feel like that case with Sarah Boone, it's like it's almost fascinating, but at the same time I can see that it's going to annoy the piss out of me, because this lady just, oh, well, why wasn't I told that I had a hearing and I was dragged up out of bed at 3 a.m. Well, lady, you are in a jail facility for possibly committing a crime that you're on video committing. Like, is this for real? And that judge was so calm and collected, and she just would judge, well, who am I supposed to contact? And I'm thinking to myself, well, if you hadn't been such an annoying lady and ran off all 8 of your court appointed attorneys, you may possibly would have had somebody to communicate with the judge for you. But now that you don't have that, you have to represent yourself because of your actions and your behavior, and you're sitting in jail for your actions and your behavior. You deal with it. But she just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on. I just want to just yes, and she writes letters. This lady writes letters. Anytime that she's got some stuff to say, she writes letters. I tried to read a couple of them. I usually watch podcasters that share the letters and read them for me, but it's like I couldn't read past the first paragraph. And see, that story kind of triggers me. I think I've had bad relationships before. Nothing like that, but for some reason I couldn't get into that story because I mean the poor lady's passed away, and I don't know. Yes, thank you. It's time. I didn't even finish my food. So thanks for that reminder, crazy nurse. I gotta go back into work. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hopefully you got something out of my stream here today. I you know, just sometimes just I like to talk. Most of the time I don't, but here we are. Emily and her group and I made fast friends. Awesome. That's awesome. Laura, he reads them all. Yes. I like Emily Baker sometimes. I watch a lot of the Law Tube shows too. I ran across people like her. Me too. A lot of people. Okay. Yeah, I should probably get going. Thanks you guys so much for being here. Bicycle.
And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Bicycle.